Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UFO Buster Radio, episode number 223. 223. 223. 223. Oh, shit. You guys didn't know I was bilingual. Get the hell up out of here. This is Manny Moonraker. This is UFO Buster Radio. UFO Buster Radio News. I already gave you the number. I'm not going to repeat that shit again. But listen. Today, we have no UFO news. For those of you who tuned in for that, tune the fuck out. It's over. Time to pack the shit up. It's done. I'm sorry, I couldn't find any good UFO news. I just keep talking about the old stuff. I'm tired of talking about ATIP, and I'm tired of talking about government Navy plans for people and how they report this shit. Who gives a damn? This is the problem with ufology. Stop running with the old shit, people. Let's get over it. Get over it. I mean, these guys are reporting the same damn news like some little kid who's walking around with a Band-Aid on their arm or on their ass or on their elbow. You know, the kid that picks at that shit all fucking day. That's what this news about the Navy is turning out to be. It's like a bunch of adults with fucking Band-Aids all over their asses that they keep picking at. Stop picking at the fucking thing. You guys know that. You know that because those of you who had kids would tell them all the fucking time, stop picking at it. Stop picking at it. They'd be moving the scab around and all kind of shit, and it's bleeding all over the fucking place. You know? This is what the Navy story is all about. Fucking scabs. Leave the fucking scab alone. Shit. Let the shit happen. Yeah. Let's get healed by it. Kumbaya. Stop fucking around. I welcome you today to this news report, and like I said, it's not about UFOs. It is about the paranormal, a subject known as the cryptids. And for those of you who know what the fuck a cryptid is, you tuned into the wrong episode. This isn't Cryptid for Dummies. I can't do that. Fuck, I barely know what a cryptid is. Are you shitting me right now? But this particular cryptid seems to have lasted many, many decades all over the place. But we're not going to jump right into that because I'm not going to do that to you guys. I am not. And I'm about to do something. Brace yourselves. If you're at work, hold on to your mouse, hold on to your headset. You know, don't look funny. Don't look like something's about to go down in a bad way. And if you appreciate it, please let me know. Appreciate it every way you can. But as Clint Eastwood would say, every which way but loose. So let me hit you up with a little something first. Oh, shit. Tell me you don't like that. Let me kick this up for you a little because I know some of you are kind of hard of hearing. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Moonraker time, baby. Get into it. Get up. You get up now. You do it. I'm about to drop some appreciation to some of my listeners right now. And not all of them because, I'm not that thorough, so don't hate me. Don't hate me at all, but enjoy this music. Let me just shut up for a second. I know you guys wish you had bell bottoms or those goldfish shoes right now. Don't even lie. Bring it out the closet. I know the goldfish are dead, but fuck it. Get some new ones. Oh, shit. Dance with me, baby. Damn, I worked up a sweat. Listen, I just want to show some appreciation to a couple of people. And actually, like I said, there's a bunch of people, but these are the ones that happened in the last 24 hours or so. But first, let me thank Zachariah. Zachariah has always been a constant communication with me, has always said good, favorable comments, has always said nice things, sends tweets and pictures and all kind of shit. Thank you, Zachariah, for always being there. And actually, he shows up a lot to the live episodes when he's not in jail. I'm sorry, no, I'm kidding. He's not in jail. But first of all, I did get a couple of questions, some of them coming from YouTube. Jeremy on YouTube. He asked a very good question. Jeremy, I actually talked about this probably like a month ago, maybe a little more, I don't know. Everything is just a fucking blur. This is what happens when you get older. Basically, Jeremy said this. What do I think about the massive amounts of time people in the UFO community have been giving to shows like Project Blue Book? And he says, and this is the part that I love, Jeremy. I love this part. I do. Alejandro Rojas seems to have turned into an advertising agency. You're going to take a moment there for a second. Yeah, listen, I want you guys to know this. And early on, I was pretty pissed off at Alejandro Rojas and all the shit that he used to do. But you know, the guy's a family. He was also a real estate agent. And on the side, he was a ufologist. Again, I don't know who the fuck really wants to have that title in their resume. You know, how do you go somewhere? I used to work for the city garbage department and a ufologist on the side. Don't do that. Don't put that on your resume. Just don't do it, because nobody knows what the fuck a ufologist is these days. So, Project Blue Book. Here's my biggest hang-up about the thing. Was it entertaining? Yes, it was. I liked it. It was entertaining, but, and there's a big but there, a big but. And the but here is that when you take something that you have so much poetic license into, and you add so many fake-ass fucking characters into, and then you want to start the show by saying based on true fucking events, people are going to be like, what event was true? What about this was true? Now, granted, the History Channel at the end of every show would show clips of the actual event, you know? They would show clips, they showed up in a newspaper and pictures and shit like that. But guess what? You just mind-fucked your audience for like fucking 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. You got to take out the fucking commercials. You just mind-fucked everybody into thinking that, oh, shit, this is what happened. Nobody stays to the end. It's not a fucking Avengers movie. Nobody cares about the post-credit scenes for the fucking History Channel. Nobody cares about that. Nobody's going to stick around to see what's going to happen next week. Or, no, I can't. No. So, Jeremy, I think the History Channel, the Project Blue Book, should just be taken as another entertainment. You know, if you get bored watching some other show and you figure, I need a bit more entertainment, I need some poetic license, somebody that's going to mindfuck me for a little bit, go ahead and watch Project Blue Book. Listen, the special effects were good. The drama was great. I mean, you could not ask anything more of a miniseries on a cable channel. You really couldn't. It's like watching Twin Peaks or something like that. It was a good fucking show. Or V. Remember V back in the day? The fucking aliens that would eat all kind of stuff. They opened their mouths real big like fucking anacondas, and they were like lizards, reptilians. Okay, so but you can't turn that down. You can't. I mean, there's plenty of people who say they've come across reptilians and stuff like that, but you can't shit on V just because they took poetic license. So I really can't shit on the History Channel because they took poetic license. It's a good show, but it's not something that's going to support ufology. And Jeremy, who's interested in the topic? It's just not there. So grab your popcorn and go watch it. It's good. I'm sorry, but my throat's a little dry. My throat. You guys remember Archie Bunker back in the day? My throat. Eat it. Eat it, my throat. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that out there. I also want to thank Renee Cruz, also on YouTube, and Charlie Sunshine. With a name like that. I bet you he just shows up and people just thank him. Charlie Sunshine. Hey, Charlie Sunshine, how you doing, buddy? I'm glad you came into my life. Yeah, so thanks to you guys. I also got another question here from UFO Joe. What a name. It's funny because I know a UFO Joe and a UFO Jane. I wonder if they know each other. UFO Joe says, what do you have on shadow people? They're pretty dark. That's about it. That's all I have on shadow people, to be honest. I don't listen, I think early on, Big O and I addressed the whole shadow people thing and black-eyed kids, not to be mistaken with black-eyed peas. And I really didn't go too much into it. It's really dark stuff. Now, I'm hoping that when the Dark Horde comes out and gets all these authors to come out and come onto this particular podcast and promote their works, that someone can talk to us about the black-eyed children, the shadow people, and everything else that we don't normally cover on UFO Buster Radio, because there's a good interest of that. I mean, there really is. Hey, I'm not going to lie. Bugs, the UFO hunter, he sees shadows all the damn time. He's always like real skittish. He's like really scared, especially in the dark. I mean, I don't blame him, you know. But shit, I think he sees shadow people. I really do. I really do think he does. And I think that's why he's Bugs the UFO hunter. I think that's why he fits. So with that said, those are all the questions I have. That's the acknowledgments I want to give, but it doesn't end there. I appreciate every single one of you, and because of you guys, that's why I am going full force, making sure that I have content and interesting people to be on here. Basically, I mean, right? What else would I do it? You know. So the week of the 17th, we have scheduled someone by the name of Dina Ray, which I've been talking about for a while, and I talked to about 2 years ago. The one and only Sawyer, Heaven's Gate ex-member, who was here a few weeks ago. He's coming back, and we've confirmed Leon Beebe. Listen, this is, as they say in the hood, this is on and popping. Don't miss it. But before we go on to the news report, I got to play that song again because, come on. I know half of you ran into your closet to get those bell bottoms out. And you're like, oh yeah. Come on, Monty. Come on, Monty. You know, no other UFO show on TV, on cable, on a podcast, even on damn radio, does stuff like this. Because they're scared. They're scared. As a matter of fact, just for you guys, I'm going to kick this up. So you might want to pull out your earplug because it's about to get crazy in here for the last 30 seconds. Let's get it. So like I said, as far as UFO reports, it's been pretty dry. It's say more regurgitation of stuff. So I said, why not do something a little different? And this one article caught my eye. And I'm sure, I would guarantee that some of you came across this article. I'm sure you did, because it's about the biggest, ugliest looking son of a bee this side of the Mason-Dixon line, or whatever line you stand by. I fucking don't know. Bigfoot was investigated by the FBI. Here's what they found. You say, man, Moonraker, what are you doing? This has nothing to do with UFOs. It's fucking paranormal, so stop hating. And I better not see any hateration either. Just stop it. The article came from thehistory.com, of course, because Bigfoot is history, even though nobody thinks he fucking exists. And this is what they wrote. Legends of large ape-like beasts, I almost said breasts, can be found all over the world. In the 1950s, the United States version of this has been Bigfoot, not to be mistaken with your funny-looking uncle. And since 1976, the FBI has had a file on him. Here's the thing. It's pretty sad when even the History Channel has to subject us to clickbait. Because according to them, Bigfoot was investigated by the FBI. Here's what they found. Wow, really? Apparently, way back when this particular sample was sent by Peter Byrne from the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition in Dalles, Oregon. I hope that's the way it fucking said. I don't know. Damn cities are screwed up. He sent about 15 hairs of evidence attached to skin to the FBI. And apparently some dude by the name of Jay Cochran, and not to be confused with the attorney of someone that wore the infamous glove, because if it doesn't fit, you gotta quit. Mr. Cochran Jr. was the assistant director of the FBI Scientific and Technical Services Division. He wrote Byrne back. He said, listen, apparently you don't know what the fuck we do. We're the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We don't fucking investigate cryptids. What the fuck is wrong with you? Now, that's not what he wrote to him, but I'm sure that when he saw a bag of animal hair, that's exactly what went through his mind. Are you shitting me? I know I would have been thinking that. I'm like, who the fuck is this? But anyway, he decided to say this. He's going to make an exception. Because Jay Cochran Jr. was a good guy. He was a good guy. He said, in the interest of research and scientific inquiry, he said he'd make an exception for Byrne, and he'd check out what it was that he sent, because, Byrne was all about Bigfoot. And I'm sure Jay Cochran went everywhere asking people all kind of questions about who the hell is this dude that's sending him hair and freaking skin pieces. Do we need to investigate his ass? Because he said, listen, we don't do animals. We do crimes. We investigate crimes, not animals. And if you send the FBI hair and skin, please don't do that. Don't do that. Especially because, there's a lot of cases out there of missing people. And if you're going to send hair and skin to the FBI, you're 4.2 far fucked. But I digress. Let's get to it. So, it turns out that for some reason or another, which is in the article, but I'm not going to disclose what really happened here, it took forever. And actually, Mr. Byrne never got the results from the FBI. Now, they did send him something, but it never got to him. But if you want to know what the fuck it was, you need to read the article, and that's all I'm going to say. But what is interesting in this particular article, and it's funny because, it's on the history.com, it's on their website, they're doing all of this, they're giving, and this is how it ties into UFOs. I have a method to my madness, so don't call me stupid or silly or anything like that. Here's a paragraph from what the History Channel had on their website. To be clear, this is not evidence that the FBI endorsed this existence of UFO any more than the U.S. military decades-long investigation of unexplained aerial phenomena, popularly known as UFOs, is an endorsement of the existence of aliens. So what the fuck is the Project Blue Book series? What the fuck is that? What is that an endorsement about? See how I tie it back? There's always a method to my madness. So the History Channel says, no one's endorsing that Bigfoot ever existed. Because as a matter of fact, what was sent to Mr. Byrne from Mr. Cochran was the analysis ended up being deer hair and skin. So for the company that's giving you Project Blue Book and giving you this clickbait, who ended this story by saying it was just deer hair, stupid. What is it that they really think about UFOs? To be honest, the History Channel is like no other place. No other channel, no other sci-fi place. No other outlet other than thinking that this is a good place to make some money. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's a lot of people within the History Channel and Sci-Fi and all these other places that do these alien and UFO abductions and all that kind of stuff. Sony Pictures, Fox, and all these guys who make all these UFO-related and alien films. I'm sure there's a few people in there who believe that there's something to this. But the majority are about that company. The majority are about the board of directors and how can they bring their investors the most amount of money. And that is by rubber dicking us. Overall, these guys don't really believe in Bigfoot. But fuck, they just told us in this article. They even told us, go fuck ourselves. Because the military told us for decades, there's no such thing as UAPs, UFOs, and unidentified anything. It's in this article. I'm not even lying to you. The link is in the description. Check it out. But these guys, they want you to go check out Project Blue Book because it's such a great story. Yeah, it is a great story because they made half the shit up. So when people ask me what I think about Project Blue Book, here's evidence. Fuck, if they have a... if they ever put together a Bigfoot show, fuck, I'm going to watch that shit, but only for entertainment purposes. That's about it. Because I guarantee you that they will not put any meat and potatoes behind it. They're going to screw you guys over just like they will me, but I'll have some popcorn, maybe a vodka and soda, and I'm going to sit there, get drunk, pop my popcorn, and enjoy the show. And that's why we shouldn't take these guys, any of them, very seriously, because they're about making their money, not about informing you about what really happened. And that's my soapbox for today. I thank you guys for joining. This has been Mooney Raker. You know, I got to thank Henry Stevens for that. Henry Stevens, who is part of the David and Morning Show, Morning Crew, he saw me. I was on their live feed on Facebook, you know, because I like to creep. And he's like, hey, Mooney Moonraker is on. There you go. Thanks, Henry. Now I'm calling myself Mooney Moonraker. What the fuck? Shit. This podcast is almost over. I thank you guys for listening. You know what, Henry? That was foul. So I'm going to have to hit you up with a little foul music. Because that's the way it goes. But it's kind of gangster, so you can get your gangster on while you're listening to it. I'll try to be back tomorrow. I might even show up this weekend. But don't forget, next week, we're playing all the best interviews for UFO Buster Radio. So, ciao.